Welcome to all. I am Sankari from Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute. Today we are going to discuss phase modulation. Topics to be covered: definition, phase difference, phase modulation, advantages of phase modulation, disadvantages of PM, applications of phase modulation, comparison of all the three modulations, conclusion. Let us discuss what is meant by phase modulation. We have already discussed amplitude modulation, frequency modulation. Both the modulation, amplitude modulation means amplitude changes. Frequency modulation means frequency changes. Similarly, phase modulation, here the phase of the message signal going to change. Phase modulation is simply denoted by PM. PM is defined as phase of the carrier signal is varied according to amplitude of the message signal. Modulation index is high. Frequency of carrier wave is kept constant. Let us discuss what is meant by phase difference. Phase means angle. Here first one sinusoidal wave is there. After that next sinusoidal wave is there. Starting point of the first wave, then second wave. Here the time difference is t by 4. Similarly the angle difference is pi by 2. It is called as the angle difference. It is called as phase difference. Phase difference between two waves is the difference between their starting points. So the concept of phase difference is used to generalize the representation of a wave. Phase difference is simply defined as the angle difference between two sinusoidal waves or phasors. This figure is the phase modulated figure. First waveform is the carrier wave. Second one is our message signal or modulating signal. Last figure is the phase modulated waveform. Here the phase, that is angle of the carrier signal, changes because of the message signal. It is called as phase modulation. Phase modulation is the type of modulation. The phase of the carrier wave changes according to the amplitude of the message signal. Already we have explained. First figure is carrier signal, second one is message signal. Both the waveform amplitude is constant. Last one is our phase modulated waveform. The phase of the carrier wave changes according to the message signal. What are the advantages and disadvantages in phase modulation? Advantages: phase modulation and demodulation is easy compared to frequency modulation. Phase modulator is used in determining velocity of moving target by extracting tabular information. Tabular information needs stable carrier, which is possible in phase modulation but not in frequency modulation. Phase ambiguity comes if we exceed its modulation index by radian. We need frequency multiplier to increase phase modulation index. What are the applications of phase modulation? Optical communications, local oscillators, delay and add demodulator, non-linear effect for WDM transmission, multi-channel WDM. What are the difference between amplitude modulation, frequency modulation, phase modulation? First one is definition. We know that amplitude modulation means amplitude of the carrier signal changes. Frequency modulation, frequency of the carrier signal changes. Phase modulation, phase of the carrier signal changes. Second one depends on distance. Can transmit long distance, AM. FM only short distance. FM and PM are inseparably linked. Third one depends on bandwidth. AM bandwidth is small. Frequency modulation bandwidth high. Phase is integral of frequency. Next point is sound. Poor sound quality, better than AM. PM used for digital form of transmission. Next one is frequency range. Last one is noise. Impacted with environmental noise. FM does not degrade linearly with distance, while phase changes, frequency will change and vice versa in phase modulation. Till now we have discussed phase modulation and advantages, disadvantages and application. There are three modulations are there: amplitude, frequency, phase. Any doubt? Thank you.